Well, it's a miracle we left our wilds there. Right? Are you joking me? Saved by the bell, baby. This is a lot of fun here as well because we get a free hit. And we're going to take it and just hammer them so hard. All just, you know, sorcery speed, basically. I think that's lethal, though, isn't it? Just like... Goodness gracious. Woo! Hey everybody, welcome back, and thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch a little Hello Good Game, play some Magic with your boy. Today, we have something very exciting. Free-to-play Gruul. Gruul has become one of the best decks, overtaking Rogues, even in the best of one meta for most played deck. It hits hard, it hits fast, and it hits consistently. Today, we have a free-to-play version for you guys to work with if you're new to the game. It contains almost 0 rares, and it does contain 0 mythics. The only rare we're working with here today is our Fabled Passage. Now, we have 4 copies of this. If you're new, I really recommend this is probably the first rare that you spend your wild cards on. The reason being is that it fits in with so many decks. Basically any dual and 3-color deck, Fabled Passage will be included. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. It's a card that you'll be using almost all of the time. And it absolutely lights Gruul Landfall on fire. We have a ton of landfall triggers within the deck. So, you know, we're going to get into the strategies, the synergies, take a look at each of the individual cards, you know, their strengths, their weaknesses, why it was chosen to be included in the deck. Then we'll watch some gameplay footage, witnessing all of the playlines and interactions that we can find within the meta, right? And then we'll come full circle with our closing thoughts. So if you guys are new to the channel, you don't know what's going on, make sure to join the Discord to keep you know, up to date with everything. We've got 500,000 gem giveaway, free cash prize tournaments every single month, lots of stuff going on there. And of course, today during the gameplay, you'll see me using MTGA Arena Assistant. Download that for free within the Overwolf link in the description below. You know, that's going to be a great way to gain a better understanding of the current meta, and then you'll get to see other deck write-ups and deck videos, you know, by content creators just like myself and other greats as well. So with all of that out of the way, if you do find any value within the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share the channel to a friend, of course, subscribe for more. And if you want to go wild, hit that bell icon, then you don't have to have me yell about it anymore. Free-to-play Gruul is an absolute masterpiece, and we have this almost perfectly fine-tuned. We're going to try to work with it a little bit more for you guys. We might have a 2.0 as we continue, but this is very close to being perfect. 4 copies of the Akoum Hellhound, starting us off, a 0/1 with Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, the Hellhound gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Absolutely amazing. 2 copies of the Fireblade Charger, a 1/1. As long as it's equipped, it has haste, and when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. You know, this is one of the cards that we might be tweaking as we continue on playing the deck. You know, I love this card. We could run 4 copies of this. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 2 copies of the Spikefield Hazard at instant speed, dealing 1 damage to any target. If a permanent damage this way would die, exile it instead. So you can pop this off onto Croxa before it sacrifices itself and it's gone. And then, you know, just the 1 damage can eat the Cobra, for example. So there's a lot of really good things that the Spikefield Hazard can pick up at instant speed for, at the very minimum, even if not a gained value advantage because the mana cost is so low, right? For example, the Cobra costs 2, Hazard costs 1. You'll just have gained 1 mana value advantage, if you will. And then, of course, it can be played as the land, which is really good as well. You know, if you don't need to destroy anything later on, it is the landfall trigger for you. Or if you don't have any land early on, it could be the land for you, and you'll just play a little bit slower. Moving on, we have the Edgewall Innkeeper. I'm sure you all know this creature. It's a common for some reason, a 1/1, and whenever you cast a creature spell that has an adventure, draw a card, right? Obviously, you don't have to cast the creature's adventure first. You can just play it right as the creature, and it will trigger right out of the gate. 4 copies of the Skyclave Pick-Axe, one of my favorite free-to-play budget cards within Zendikar Rising. When it enters the battlefield, automatically equip it to a creature you control. It has landfall, so whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, equipped creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. And of course, since it's equipment, if that creature gets removed, it will remain in play, and we can re-equip it for 3. You know, that +2/+2 is very, very good. Moving on, we do have Brushfire Elemental ×4. This is a 1/1 with haste, and it cannot be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. It also has the same landfall ability that we're really trying to flex on here, which is whenever a land enters the battlefield, it gets +2/+2. 4 copies of Scorching Dragonfire at instant speed, dealing 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that creature or planeswalker would die, much like the Spikefield Hazard, it will be exiled instead. So this is just a great way to maintain field presence so there's not a blocker in your way. Rimrock Knight for 2, a 3/1 that cannot block. This is great because it is an adventure card, which will trigger the draw off of your Edgewall Innkeeper. It has Boulder Rush, which we can really take advantage of here as well, for 1 at instant speed as the adventure. Target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. 2 copies of Fling for 2 at instant speed. Sacrifice a creature to cast the spell, and Fling will deal damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to any target. So, you know, typically we'll get in with a big damage through our landfall triggers, and then we can use our Fling to sacrifice, one of our attackers who's now tapped as they've already done damage, and we can hopefully close out our opponent with that lethal over top via the Fling. The Fling works very well in conjunction with the Fireblade Charger, as when it dies, it will deal damage equal to its power. So if we can get this equipped with the Pick-Axe, for example, pop off a passage on it, or a Roiling Regrowth, which we'll get to in a second, it'll get +4, taking it to 5, gets the 5 damage in, we sack it, it does 5 damage to our opponent through the Fling, and then the Charger will deal an additional 5 damage due to its ability. So that would be 15 damage through our Fireblade Charger potentially on turn 3. So that is something to keep in mind. Moving on, we do have fun things like the Kazuul's Fury. Now this is basically just another Fling, a little bit more expensive, but it is also a land. Now that's great early game if we brick, as it can just get us rolling. It's also really good late game because we have Landfall, and then also we could use the Kazuul's Fury at instant speed to do whatever we want. So a very nice card to fill out the deck, and it's going to kind of, not have low synergy. It works no matter what direction you're currently going. 4 copies of Roiling Regrowth at instant speed. Now that's the key component here, is at instant speed, because you're going to be doing a lot of damage, so your opponent's going to want to block, and then you can buff your creatures up even more. Obviously a +2/+2 times 2 is pretty easy to survive whatever they were going to be doing to you, right? So sacrifice a land, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. I say +2/+2/+2s, or a +4/+4, because of all of our landfall abilities are, when a land enters the battlefield, give +2/+2. So 2 lands enter and it will be +4/+4. Not to mention that you can play, say, a passage before you play your Roiling Regrowth. So now you'll get +8/+8 because there's 2 triggers on the passage for land, and there's 2 triggers on the Roiling Regrowth. So that's totally doable for massive amounts of damage as well. Moving forward, we do have 2 copies of Beanstalk Giant for 7. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. It's a great body to defend, and it's an even better body to use your Fury and Fling upon to finish out your opponent. Perktop Footsteps is here at sorcery speed as the adventure for 3, searching our library for a basic land card, putting into the battlefield, and then shuffling our library. It's not bad. It's an additional land drop, right? And then it does work into the body, and it is also an adventure which will trigger our Edgewall Innkeeper's draw, which is really nice there as well. So, there's not a lot of adventure for the Innkeeper, but there's enough to make it work. And if you do go upon upgrading this deck, we'll have that covered in the end of the video to try to get you guys going towards the tier 1 version, away from the free-to-play version, which I've deconstructed here for you just now. And typically right now the Edgewall Innkeeper isn't huge value because there's only the Rimrock Knight, there's only the Beanstalk Giant, there's no Bone Crusher Giant yet. So if you have those in, feel free to sub those in. But where the Edgewall Innkeeper really shines within the deck is the fact that it's a 1-drop green source. We can play Edgewall Innkeeper turn 1. We can put the Skyclave on turn 2 before we drop our land. Then we can drop our land. The Innkeeper goes to 3/3 if it was a wild, or a passage, it goes to 5/5. So that's pretty decent damage right out of the gate with your Innkeeper, which typically people don't recognize as a damage output threat. It's more of a draw engine threat. So it's very nice to be able to deal such massive amounts of damage with your draw engine instead of just kind of leaving it sit there. With all that being said, you know, try to hold up some of your landfall triggers instant speed to avoid damage-based removal. You can play a passage and not tap it until later on. So maybe your opponent wants to deal 3 damage to you. Boom, you passage and now can survive. Something like this. Same goes for Evolving Wilds and Roiling Regrowth. You can make your opponent declare blockers before you sacrifice these final effects or cast the regrowth, right? So a lot of really cool instant speed trickery there within the deck. And, you know, you guys are really going to enjoy this gameplay footage. We have fairly easy and consistent turn 4 wins with massive amounts of damage output. So if your opponent doesn't have removal, you know, they don't have blockers, it's going to be very hard for them to even hold out against this amount of damage. So there's no sideboard today. We are playing best of 1 for you guys, as I know the majority of free-to-play individuals do partake in. So this is maybe one of my greatest creations yet. Obviously, we do have other free-to-play decks. Please check those out. There's a whole playlist of them. Bangers just like this. We do our best to make sure that they are semi-viable for you guys. And obviously, if you are, you know, in any rank other than platinum and higher, this is 100% viable for you. You should be slaying people with this deck. You know, I can see it slowing down a bit in platinum, and then, you know, diamond, you're really gonna have to work with it and fine tune the plays and learn the meta. So yeah, it should be great. Good luck. Enjoyed today's gameplay footage. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, hit that bell icon, and of course, support financially if you can afford to do so on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, and our Amazon link. Thanks again for your time and attention. Enjoy the gameplay footage, and we'll talk to you soon with some once-in-a-lifetime news. Wow, this is super awkward, but it could work. It's nice to play the Innkeeper first, and then you can Skyclave with the same land that you played the Innkeeper with, but I think the Hound is just so good to get in there. Get the Summoning Sickness off of our Innkeeper. We're gonna Pick-Axe and Wild. Giant doesn't hit till way down the line. Cast is just slow, but we'll probably still get stomped. Nope, they're tapped. Let's make sure that they can both attack. End our turn, we'll leave our wilds up. To be honest, I think I skipped a thing there where the UI skipped it. We wanted to sack our wilds before we went to damage. I just wanted to go to blockers. Really? Well, it's a miracle we left our wilds there. Right? Are you joking me? Saved by the bell, baby. This is a lot of fun here as well because we get a free hit. And we're going to take it and just hammer them so hard. All just, you know, sorcery speed basically. I think that's lethal though, isn't it? Just like, goodness gracious. Woo! Right? Sorry, bro. This is a little bit awkward, but I think we could try it. Nice. That's actually a pretty cool pickup. So we can pop these Evolving Wilds off after on both Landfall creatures. That could be fun. It's a pretty fun turn 1, turn 2. Oh, nice. Let's snag that. Let's just hit him for what we can. For 9, down to 8. Let's go, bro. Anything with haste taps if they attack with it. And that opens up our attacking lanes. Right? I like that quite a bit. We have a wilds. Oh, do they go for it? They do! That's an absolutely good game. Yes, please. And we could even do more things on top of this if this wasn't land in hand. We don't even need to, right? That's turn 4 win, right? Totally free to play. Decent. This is an awkward hand. I'm gonna keep it though. Forest, Innkeeper, Skyclave onto the Innkeeper, into the wilds. Eidolon won't block. No block, let's buff up. Go for it. 5. Take our red source. Now we just need to draw that 3rd land off the top. We could hit for 5 every turn consistently. That would be so good. 2 Eidolons? Oh my god, we're gonna walk into massive removal. No land. Sucks. Maybe we have too many late game shenaniganzos in play. Let's drop these cultivates, I think. They grab 2. Where is the land? No! Alright. It was a test, and we knew it was going to go wrong. I think that Roiling Regrowths are better. Huh. Good game. Look at us go. And if we only didn't stutter on the land, right? You can see just how much damage we're gonna put in here. And, you know, we did stumble, and that sucks. And they've been gaining life, and we're putting in massive amounts of damage, right? So the potential is there, right? We're really close to greatness. I've been fine-tuning it, working on it. You know, we're getting really close. Again, we're just gonna get outpaced by all of this life gain and draw. Sploosh! And we'll take that as a sign from the gods. Keep working on it. Hand's a little awkward, but I think at the end of the day, we'll let it rip. Coming in taps. That way we can get our Brushfire out. ASAP. Savior's never a good sign. Ooh, 2 Brushfires. If we can grab some adventure cards to pull off our Innkeeper, we're going to be all set. Of course, the Selfless Savior cannot block the Elemental, nor can anything else with power 2 or less. The Aspirant is real good, let's be honest. I want to do this right now, but I guess we should save it while this is still not able to block us. Let's go in with the creature, get rid of the summoning sickness. Hit for 6. We're getting close. Oh, Lur's in the house. Oh my gosh. Lurus is gonna make this a lot harder. And it's getting buffed up too. If only we had some Evolving Wilds or Passages there, because, you know, we do get real close. Over for 8. We have an instant speed Fury, which is, I guess, an expensive Fling. We're gonna kill Lurus here. Targeting Lurus, sacking our Elemental. Dog fizzles, we still hit for 5. Woo! Alrighty. They won't sack that, I don't think. I mean, like, I'm totally willing to make the trade. Down to 5. That's interesting. You know, anything but a land would be great. And even if we don't come out on top, you get to see the power of this free-to-play Gruul deck. It's getting the job done. And I think if we can, over the coming weeks, or days even, fine-tune it, we can get it rolling for you guys at a pretty efficient level. An adventure would have been sick. It is what it is. Let's put this over here. Well, there goes the 5 life. They're going to be going up from now on. I believe Elspeth can even just gain 5 life at a -3. So we're running out of steam. We are running out of steam. Very much so. Yeah, that's game. I mean, maybe we get some adventure cards and we can get a sick draw cycle going and outvalue them. But, it's not looking good here. But again, we got them down to 5. That's very, very close. I do not want to pull any more land. That's ridiculous. Good game. Let's try again. Alright, I think we're gonna mulligan this. I guess it kind of looks better. Awkward. We could Spikefield Hazard if there's any defender. There's not, just a scry. And this is a turn 2 hit. Keep in mind. Six damage, turn 2. Totally free to play. You should have the passages. If you don't have the passages, please collect them. The reason being is if you are a new player, they fit in every deck, right? You do get very high value from them. They're playing slow here again, so we'll take advantage of that. This can come in slow as the land. We hit for 5, down to 9. If we can top deck any form of land, that would be good. No, we're going wide. Well, I guess not. The Hellhound needs a land, and now we're not going wide at all. Let's just start drawing to get some advantage. We slowed down, so let's try to play into the mid game. They just block these entirely. It'd be cool if it was a red land, and then we could instant speed +2 to get a kill on one of them. They can't get a kill on us, so I want to just try to pull the juke. And let's highlight the card from our hand like we could play it. Maybe it's a +3/+3. Right? No. Oh no, they do. They definitely thought we were going for it. Nice. So they totally had the block there, right? But due to the untapped mana and us highlighting a card in our hand, they thought that we had a play that could get their Elysian Grove, and that's very high priority for them to keep, playing 2 lands per turn. So we were able to sneak by with a little bit of a juke. All right, we have access to go wide. If we can top deck a land, that's great. We also have Fling. That's not a land, so that's a little bit of an annoyance. If we had the axe, played the axe, had a Roiling Regrowth, but they don't know that we have a Roiling Regrowth. We can't block with the Rimrock, so it may as well go in. Double block is actually really good for us. So we kill the Grove Master. We're gonna die too, though. Should we just fling in for 5, take them to 4? Let's put it on our Elemental, because not a lot of creatures can block that. We also have another to enter with our Fling. Sploosh. Their 0/4 stays in play. That's something else, right? So they get to keep their blocker. We just got Ugano'd. I don't know. Look, we beat an Ugin. You know what I mean? That should be like doing 9 points of damage. We were a little short there. We could have... Oh! Sploosh. And now this is where the free-to-play decks kind of fizzle out. You know, Ugins, Kendriths. Good game. Come on, man. Alright, finally, nice looking draw hand. Traveler's Amulet. That's something we typically do not see. And food. Wow, straight up artifacts, hey? Crawling Barrens as well. We need to be careful what happens here. Innkeeper for 5. Bet they've never seen that before. Ah, he's a 1/1. He's not a threat. He is today. He is today. Cultivate, that's awesome. That gives us a free turn. And is it ever going to be a big one? What do we want to do? I think the regrowth is best. They're totally tapped. Let's just go for it. That is the most dangerous Edgewall Innkeeper anyone has ever seen. Right? Single-handedly taking our opponent down to 8. Woo! This boy is on a mission. If there's no removal here, we're in a good position. They could Crawling Barrens it, is the thing. There's a Shatter. It's like a not a great Shatter though, is the thing. Interesting. Just grabbing that card. We can... Oh my god, is this 3? It is. This is absolutely perfect. So even after Shatter, we pop off so unbelievably hard. I wish we could Fling here. So we can't, we'll Wilds. And still, hitting for 5. So good. And of course it has haste because it's equipped. Woo! No rares, no problem. Gaining life. That's awkward. They do have the Crawling Barrens as a blocker. I'm going to keep pointing that out to them. There's 2 mana, 3 mana. The 4th. 5 mana. For Forsaken Monument. Oh no. That's not good. Gain 3 life here. Passes us the turn. We get so close. Down to 5. Can we close out the deal here? Oh, of course they're gaining more life. Right, that's their 4th life gained. Oh, actually, no, they sacrificed the egg to gain life as well. They're at 7. This will be their 10th life potentially gained. And now they're gaining 2 life here as well whenever colorless enters. Oh my god. They've gained so much life. This isn't fair. Oh, cry. 7/7 Giant. Hey, we can get around that. Oh my god. It was looking so good. And they've gained so much life. Sploosh. Good game again. You'll see how close this deck is getting. We're just getting shut down by this wacky world. I don't even know. Sucks. We have a kill on the giant no matter what. It's just these draws and gain life, which really upset me. We're so close. Like, again, even though they've gained all that life, we can still deal 6 damage right here, taking them down to 2, right? It's so upsetting to me. They have draws. Do we go for it? Man. If only this was a direct damage spell to any target. That would have been sweet. Then we could have killed them. And again, they've gained like 10 plus life, so whatever. They whiff on land for a bit, and then they just, that's not whiffing on anything. Good game. Ridiculous. It's awesome. Right, you just seen him gain another 9 life. Just absolutely brutal. That's our turn. We'll take one more draw step, see if we can get a Brushfire Elemental. No! Not into it. In what world? I guess we keep it. I don't know. How do you toss that away? If our opponent plays slow, this is going to be... If we pull that 3rd land for the regrowth as well... Oh my god. Oh my god. We're going in for science here. This is the hand you dream about. Hopefully there's no removal. There is. Dang it! It's because Edgewall Innkeeper is such high priority. We need a 3rd land. Come on. Can we please have a another land? Mammoth in as a blocker. So this will go up by 4. It will be a 4/5. So we want to go over here so they can both hit. Let's see their blockers. We'll push the Innkeeper up again, taking a green source so we can double Skyclave. Bingo, bango, bongo. Mammoth out of play. We still have all of our permanents. They're weak, but we're alive. They're weak, but we're alive. If we can top deck a forest, Skyclave Regrowth, or even any land, I guess. Just a Cobra? They have not played a land yet, though, I don't think. So they could go up to 2. It's a passage. They go up to 3. Yikes. Hopefully it leads into nothing. Oh, into 4, sorry. And into a Scoot Swarm. That's okay. They don't want to lose that, is the thing. Heart. We're gonna grab 2 forests here. The Scoot Swarm is still out too early. They're on 4 land here. So unless they drop, you know, a Roiling Regrowth like we just did. Savage. And without any land. We're getting janked on. I think that's game. Right? So for science, I guess it didn't work out. LOL. Woof, good enough, right? We got boxed out a few games, but it's a free-to-play deck, and we're in Platinum early in the season when everybody's trying to get into Diamond still. All the Mythic players, many Mythic players are still in Platinum. We're moving into Diamond now. So we're playing against the best still, and you've seen the pure destructive capabilities. We're talking turn 4 wins if we're not mitigated, right? So, woof, right? I just want to work in more adventure, but again, at the same time, use this version, and as you upgrade it, put that adventure in, right? Instead of running needless adventure cards just for the draw that don't have an impact in your game, keep the game plan here, and then, you know, if you do have the spare wilds, you can begin to work in some really cool cards. And I did want to talk about the upgrade guide, and it's really easy. Just type in adventure into your search bar. We have Bonecrusher Giant. Now this not only is removal for us, much like our Scorching Dragonfire, to keep our lanes open, but it's a 4/3 body, which is decent. It deals damage to them if they target it, which is great because we just want a little bit of chip damage to close them up because we're already dealing so much early game. And then it's a 4/3 body that we could just fling at any point if we want as well. So Bonecrusher Giant is absolutely amazing. Lovestruck Beast as well. This is a 5/5. Right? That's massive damage. It also can be flung for a big amount of damage, and it will trigger your Edgewall Innkeeper again. So a couple really cool upgrades there. As far as I'm concerned, you could go wacky and start thinking about Cleave as well as an equipment potentially. But you know, at a certain point, you will need to transition from the Landfall style, where we are running the Skyclave Pick-Axe, into the more adult version, I guess you could say, that's running Embercleave, right? So Embercleave is a mythic, so you're going to take some time to get there, but Skyclave Pick-Axe is a great filler for the free-to-play individuals. And you guys seen the damage output that we can do with a little bit of Landfall trigger. So again, thank you for your time and attention. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend. It's really important. Everybody just share this channel to one of their friends. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Tell them that we've got a 500,000 gem giveaway that they don't want to miss out on, and much more coming down the pipeline for you guys. So join the Discord, download Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant in the Overwolf link in the description below. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Go enjoy yourselves another video of mine, and we'll talk to you soon.